Hi guys, welcome to this video. I'm Prashant, I'm the founder of Word Pandit, and I'm bringing this series of videos to you wherein I explain previous year CAT questions. Here we've got a CAT 2018 RC question. Before you go through this question, please make sure you go through the passage analysis video. That's going to help you better understand this question. Also do solve the passage before going through this particular video to solve this question. Let's get started now with this particular question. What do we have at hand? We've got a question which asks you, in this particular case, the author's view would be undermined. So now undermined effectively would be weakened by what is it that is going to counter the view of the author by which of the following research findings. So there are four possible options given here. Remember, these are outside the content which is given in the passage. This is introducing new information in the passage. We are using new info here. We are bringing in information from the outside to do what? To weaken the author's stand. So that is what we are going to do in this particular case. Before we identify the answer, let's identify what is the view of the author, what is his stand in this particular case. There is nothing automatically sinister about this trend of correlating happiness and measuring happiness, but it is disquieting that businesses and experts driving the quantification of happiness claim to have our best interests at heart, often concealing their own agendas in the process. So what is happening is what we are seeing across the world that is implied in the passage as well, that happiness has become something which is being measured. Now it is being measured with the help of tools, with the help of wearable devices, so on and so forth. And there is a lot of technology which is coming into the picture. Now what is this technology doing? It is basically measuring happiness, correlating it with, say, for example, your work output, with your stress levels, with other issues. And people are being judged on the basis of this. Cities like Dubai are going to, essentially the author implies, they are going to see your visual states. They are going to see how visually happy you are through CCTV cameras. That means they're going to collect all this data, continuously keep a watch on you. And the author is not too comfortable with it, right? He does not believe it is the right way to go about it. He feels that this is being too intrusive. He does not feel that happiness should be the sole purpose of all these companies. It should not be made, this emotion should not be made a project into itself. It's not going to solve all the problems in the world. That is what the author believes. Now you've got to find an option which is going to run counter to this, which is going to counter what the author has implied. The author has implied that companies, they have something nefarious going on at the back end, companies, governments, etc., etc. Now let's see which of these options undermines that. There is a definitive move towards the adoption of wearable technology that taps into emotions. So this would actually strengthen the author's opinion, right? There is a definite move that towards the adoption of wearable technology that taps into emotions. So basically we are not undermining the author, we are strengthening his viewpoint. A proliferation of gyms that are collecting data on customer well-being. Remember, the example of gyms is just to give you a physical description, just to give you a physical example of what the author is talking about, not relevant in the given case. See, individuals worldwide are utilizing technologies to monitor and increase their well-being. So if individuals are doing it at their own level, the author will not have any problem. He's got a problem with the business of wearable technologies and how they're tapping into emotions and tracking individuals, hence ruled out. Option number D, stakeholders globally, which would mean governments, companies, etc., are moving away from collecting data on the well-being of individuals. So if they are moving away from collecting data on the well-being of individuals, is the author's premise here valid then, that all this data is going to be used for sinister things, all this data is going to be used for things which are dicey or nefarious? That is not going to make sense. That is not going to hold water, because if data is not being collected, then all these technologies don't come into the play. Hence option number D is the valid answer choice here. It is the one that weakens the argument. It is the one that undermines the viewpoint of the author and is the correct answer in the given case. This is how you evaluate this particular question. Hopefully so you're clear with the reasoning for this question. Thank you very much for watching this video, and as always, happy learning.